Hi there, this is Kelsey. I'd like to just apologize in advance because I'm pretty stuffed up this week, so hopefully I'm easy to understand. But I just wanted to talk this week about a really interesting statistic I read. And that statistic was that 82% of children in Netflix-only homes don't know what a television commercial is. So Netflix-only home, pretty self-explanatory. It's homes that only have Netflix and no regular broadcasting television. So the statistic just got me thinking how cord cutting is changing the way that we consume advertising. And so television ads have, pretty much throughout recent history been kind of considered by a lot of people to be the king of advertising, the most prestigious form of advertising. But like I said, with cord cutting, it may be falling behind other forms of advertising. For example, in this study that this statistic comes from, one parent said that her child had never been exposed to advertisements on TV. However, they'd been exposed to many advertisements while watching YouTube videos on the iPad. So advertisers really need to switch their strategies now when it comes to advertising. If not all of them, but if they have up to now relied really heavily on television advertising, they may need to switch up their strategies. For example, doing the online ads before the YouTube videos. Or one thing that I think will become a lot more prevalent is product placement in the actual shows. And I'm not talking about, the children's programming that these kids are watching now, but this generation of children who doesn't know what television advertisements are, they're going to grow up into an adult generation that won't tolerate television advertising because they'll never been exposed to it and they won't be used to it, and they're not just going to start watching them when they have the choice to watch Netflix. So I think we're going to see a lot more prevalence of advertisers working their product into the actual programming in the form of product placement. And there was kind of a little anecdote in the article about the study about how one parent had said that they had been at a friend's house and they had put on the kid's favorite show on the TV, and then an advertisement came on because it was just regular broadcast TV, and the child started to cry because she didn't understand why her favorite show was being interrupted. And that can't really blame her. I mean, who hasn't been watching their favorite TV show and then it cut to ads and you wanted to cry when it was at a really good part? And, historically we've just kind of put up with it because that's the way it was and there wasn't any choice. But now we have the choice. We have the choice to watch things on Netflix ad-free and to just binge watch them. So my point being that advertisers who have so far relied on television advertising are really going to have to change up their strategy to keep up, which I think they won't really struggle to do because they will always find ways to exploit their audience. Anyway, that's all I had to say. Thanks.